like really qualified. Like she could actually go, and Erica did good, you know? I mean, look, she's a bit older than Ariana, but Ariana did like actually really good. Like she could go and be on in a Broadway show or go back to Chicago, not to mention Love Island. I don't know how that went. I mean, I think the ratings were great. If the ratings were great, she'll be back. So, but I don't think it's fair to say it's Ariana because if every single person were going to come back next season, or they were going to come back for the 3 weeks for whatever money, and Ariana was the only person that now she's bigger than the show and she wanted a certain amount of money, you could have had her come back for. Look, I don't think we could have done the 3 weeks without everybody. What's the point of wrapping this thing up if not every single person signed on the dotted line? It makes no sense. Why even wrap it up if we're just going to have James and Scheana and Katie? I'm just randomly picking them. If you're going to wrap something up for 3 weeks, you need every single person there to wrap it up. Otherwise, there's no point. As you can see, we'll just cancel the damn thing. So if everybody agreed to come back for 3 weeks to wrap this up, except Ariana, I think it could have worked. You could have had her make a special guest appearance for however much money, right? And everyone else could have wrapped this up. I mean, but I don't really think, I seriously still think that like there were other money disputes. And no, I don't think it was Schwartz and I don't think it was Scheana. I just have a weird sense that Tom Sandoval, I've said this before, Tom Sandoval wanted the same money as Ariana to come back. And I'm not even saying that he doesn't deserve it. I don't know that. I don't know that. It's not even like a rumor. I'm making the rumor up because I can see that. But I think somehow there's no sense in bringing everybody back for 3 weeks to wrap something up for 11 years if not everybody comes back. And the only reason not everyone would come back is over fucking money. Period. The end. You know, the show has gotten too expensive. Now, I don't know why Beverly Hills Housewives isn't too expensive. Look, another show got too expensive very recently, too. It's called RHONJ. Real Housewives of New York got too expensive. Luann made a shitload. Sonia made a shitload. Ramona made a shitload. That's how we got here. If it wasn't for Teresa, Melissa, Margaret, Jennifer Aiden, and Dolores, all five of them make a shit ton of money. That's how the show toppled over. Beverly Hills is different. It's Beverly Hills, right? But that show is making a shit ton of money too. Crystal made way less, but she made more than Bazama, so that's why she's gone. It makes complete sense. So this show is expensive because we have all OGs plus Lala and James who have been, yes, Ali gets paid $1 and Brock gets paid $1, but everyone else is really expensive. So I think if you can't bring the show back and you're going to bring it back for 3 weeks, I don't think it works for 3 weeks without every single person there, because what is the point of wrapping something up for 5 episodes or 4 episodes if not everyone's involved? Also, again, going back to the finale, we wrapped it up. We ended with such a final montage. So I just think it's a money thing and not everyone. It's like Friends. Friends worked because they all band together for the first time in history and said, we're not, we're all in this together. And, you want to do Friends without Chandler or Phoebe or Rachel or Monica. You can't, because without one, we're all leaving. It was the smartest fucking thing ever. And it worked. So I just think, Ariana can justify making the most. Not that she's the star of the show, but she has other things going on. It's just not worth it for her to be there. And I could see Tom being like, look, my name is on this thing called Scandal. It's not hers. And there were two of us, and I ain't coming back. I mean, that's the only, but regardless, the money didn't work. That's probably why it's not back. Period. The end. So I think that's how we got here. I mean, did you really want it to come back? I mean, I know you did, but let's just say, I mean, here's the way I look at it. What are you more excited to watch? Are you more excited to watch a season with the Toms and Katie and Lala and Scheana and everyone the same? Or are you excited to watch a whole new group? Like, what would have happened if Katie and the Toms, well, if everyone came back for a real season, not this 3 week thing? What would have happened? Ariana, I mean, is off living and starring and everything. Katie is working at a sandwich shop that she owns. Okay, great. Like these are interesting things. Lala had a baby. Schwartz and Sandy's is closing. It's not interesting if it's not a cohesive group of people. Now, I mean, have they shot themselves in the foot? I mean, Lala's done every interview possible to say, I don't speak to Ariana. I wish her luck. I haven't spoken to Katie. Not really friends with Tom. So, I mean, the group has, it's okay. After 11 years, people grow and they move on. I mean, the group is not, the show is not the same. It's not a group of friends that are hanging out. I mean, Jax always said it best. The reason it was the best show on Bravo is because it was a real group of friends that hung out. So I think if it came back, every one of you cries fake and staged, and you hate when this is staged. I mean, this to me would have been really staged. I think independently, they all have things going on in their lives. Lala has a second child. Katie's working at the sandwich shop. I mean, Ariana, you'd almost have to break the fourth wall the way the Kardashians does and have her chased, signing autographs at the stage door of Chicago and flying off to Fiji to host Love Island. That's fine, but that breaks the fourth wall. Tom is traveling with his band, which in a way also breaks the fourth wall. I don't really, no offense, I'm not trying to single anyone out. I really don't know that much what Schwartzy has going on in life or Scheana. Scheana has the podcast. And James does have DJ gigs, and somehow, because of Scandal, he is lucky enough to open for, Paulie D, who makes about like $30 million a year. So independently, sure, as a group, how was this group going to interact and fight? And what would they even fight over? You think Ariana cares about any of this? You think, I mean, Lala doesn't really seem to care. I think truly, I mean, Lala, they're probably all happy in a way that they don't have to do it. I mean, of course, you want to be on TV and you want the money, but I mean, it is like when Katie says, and we'll read some of the statements, like it is mixed emotions because I think like Lala is probably thrilled to not have to go work with these people. Of course, she would have gone. Sandoval, I don't think he wants anything to do with these people. So, of course, Ariana doesn't. So, and again, I ain't such an Ariana fan. I'm just taking myself out of it and being objective with what I see here. But I don't think anyone's really, it just would have been like a forced thing. I don't really think there was a show. So imagine if they all came back. Would you really, really, if you're being honest with yourself, want to have watched that? Like, what would we have watched? Honestly, we would have watched staged scenarios of Lala interacting with Ariana and the Toms, and it just, I don't know. I mean, we've kind of had that. And it's kind of like the further you rise, the more you shall fall. I mean, Scandal saved the show, and it was the biggest thing ever, and it breathed life into it, and everyone got huge pay raises. And I said, you guys, you got to save your money. Come on now. I mean, the difference with someone like a Kyle or a Sutton, like these guys had no money before this. So 11 years, 9 years, however many years you were on the show, I really hope they save some money. That's the key. Just because you make, $600,000 a year.